Welcome to Bourbon Taste-Offs, playoff brackets of the best whiskeys. Join us in our season-long quest to find our tastiest bourbon. And here is the bracketology of our last 6 months of Taste-Offs. We are halfway done with the 4-quarter year. We are anxious to find what our next 2 quarterly winners are. We're narrowing it down from 192 bottles to just 1. Follow along to find out what our tastiest bourbon is. Cheers. And just a reminder, you can listen to our content on Apple Podcasts, Podbean app, Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. And you can watch our content at YouTube and Rumble. Thank you for joining us on Bourbon Taste-Offs. This is episode number 46. And in this episode, I asked Josh and Adam to bring their best 2 bottles and compete against each other to kind of have some bragging rights over the other. And so they succeeded in that task, at least. Off
to a great start.
Off to a great start. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Todd.
I'm Justin.
I'm Adam.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Josh.
We're all here to kind of help in deciding who has the best bottle. So,
yeah.
Do you guys have an idea who's going to win? Josh, do you think you're going to win?
I didn't know if that was the premise. I thought the premise was bring bottles that would beat Adam.
So you're going to lose. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't,
well,
I didn't pick like
that's
my
also
best bottles.
winning.
I tried to pick like cool bottles. I actually hadn't tried either of the one I brought. But
that seems like a good strategy.
But there are ones. There are bottles I was looking forward to trying, and you know, like where else are you gonna try bottles and get good responses other than with the group? Like you've said it before, it's like it's fun to try stuff you've been looking forward to try with a group of people who like to talk about it, and this is a way to do that. So that's why I grabbed the ones I did.
Yeah, case in point, the last episode was all hard truth bottles, and I had never had one of them. So
and on my end, just really a big fan of Jameson and Jack Daniels, so I just decided to bring those in.
Old number 7.
Have you had these bottles yet, Josh?
Yeah, Jameson and Jack Daniels.
Okay, so the 2 bottles that you brought.
So everything's J's, correct? We considered everything that start with a J.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So
Call him J-Dog.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys, how they compare.
Yeah.
The bottle lineup in this episode is in glass 1. Adam brought the Wild Turkey. It's a private selection, single barrel, aged 9.5 years, and is 101 proof. In glass 2, Josh brought the 4 Roses single barrel OESK recipe. The OESK recipe is known for being spicy and full-bodied, and is at 100 proof. In glass 3, Adam brought the single barrel 1792 98.6 proof. And in glass 4, Josh brought Stag Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's batch 24B, and it's 127.8 proof.
Josh is going for the win.
Yeah,
He's going for the win.
for sure.
On a semi-serious note, one of them I did bring that I have never tried, and the other one I just got a couple weeks ago. I've tried and loved it.
Did you bring Billy back in?
Billy is here.
Right, he's still on a post, right? We can't.
Yeah,
And up
he's
there.
on a pedestal.
Okay,
So
good.
Billy is not able to be brought back.
That's good because I would have lost. If I had Billy.
Billy's been tried and true. So
Yeah.
There you go.
Now, the previous episode, we said Dave would have a chance to roll a 3-sided die, and
I've
we're going
never
to give
seen
him
one
that
before,
chance.
So this is incredible. I never even saw it. I just heard you talk about it. This thing is insane.
Yep. So it gives you 1, 2, or 3.
Oh, they're not. I thought. Okay. All right.
And it
1.
is a 1 again. So it's going to be.
One versus.
Are you sure they don't all say 1? Nope. There's a 2 and a 3.
Okay.
He did a much better roll than I did.
Do you ever play craps? If you can
It ended
keep
the
hitting
same
the
way.
same number every time, we'll be good.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's going to keep it in the same order 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's get started. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Appreciate all of you getting together again and tasting some more
Bumps.
bourbons or whiskeys with me.
I will say
Appreciate it.
this: I don't know how to lose, so
So we might need some paper towel for some tissue. If you don't know how to lose, you're gonna be crying.
yeah.
Gonna be a real sad
Or
day for
sad.
In all honesty, all I do is win,
Okay.
no matter what.
you. That's copywritten. You can't say that.
You can if you sing it, then it's a cover.
Oh no.
There we go.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Most songs these days are covers, anyways. So.
Yeah. I mean, there are some really, really good covers out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it. What's your? That being said, what's your go-to karaoke song then?
I don't do karaoke at all.
So you, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, whole averted. Dave could talk about this. So, like your dad podcast, you guys will have another spin off of that karaoke podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Yep. My wife does karaoke though. She does bust out some Whitney Houston and
That's
stuff
her
like
go-to.
that. Yeah.
I mean, on one of our B rolls on one of the
They do have
episodes,
me singing
you were
Queen.
singing Queen.
Yeah.
The
The
Radio Gaga.
Radio Gaga.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
sounded okay.
It wasn't bad.
No.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lady Gaga,
What do you guys think of this bourbon? You want to let Lady Gaga
Speaking of Lady
remind-
Gaga, it is
what
your
makes me-
birthday in a
you know what
couple
it makes me
days.
Think of?
it is. So the big 4-0.
Nice. Congratulations. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Getting old there, gay.
Yeah.
So this is part of the reason why we have Dave and Justin here. They decided to come in graciously from out of town. So they woke up early and got on the road and made it into the Milwaukee area. So we're started out with a nice brunch.
Yeah.
Bunch of wings and,
Brunch? Love a good brunch.
well, it was brunch-ish. Wings and omelets and French
That
fries.
sounds like breakfast lunch. I don't know how less
I
brunchy
mean-
you can get.
They were good French fries.
Yeah.
Good.
I was like, Justin's like, I don't know the sides that she just said. I'm just gonna order fries. I was like, dude, like they have hash browns here. They're like, well, I like fries. I've never had fries with an omelet before, so I gotta try it.
They're just thick cut hash browns.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Exactly right. I ordered the breakfast potatoes, and I go, how is that? I go, is it like hash browns? Because they didn't call it something normal. I go, is that just hash browns or what is it? And he goes, no, it's potatoes that we cube up and then we deep fry.
Sure.
I was like, oh.
Yeah. They're cubed French fries.
And here I thought like breakfast potatoes. I was getting a healthy, deep fried, just deep fried with everything else.
Deep fried in bacon fat. Yeah, it's going to be fine. They're good for you.
Super tasty, which is true, but
All the essential,
Yeah.
They're gluten free.
They are. So they got that going for them.
Right.
So speaking of
Yeah.
gluten free,
one.
Josh, what do you think of this bourbon?
Yeah.
Proof pause for sure.
Yeah.
Super smooth. Really top notch and then
I'm getting some black tea out of the flavor. A little cardamom, little black tea action coming out of it.
what was that
What,
C word that you
cardamom?
used?
Cardamom.
You don't know if it's a K word.
It's a C word.
Where was your dictionary before we got this?
It's right here. It's
That's
the Field
incredible.
Guide to Whiskey.
There we go.
That is
Our little
I
cheat
believe
sheet.
that's actually his Bible.
I would
I think
actually.
that's actually his Bible.
I'll give you $5 if you can find the word cardamom in there.
well, it's probably
Oh man, I'm not gonna look for it.
Right.
You can just
$10,
no.
20.
It's your birthday.
Well, I think it would cost the same thing for him to do that as it would for you to drive to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be some shit? I just open the page and be like, oh, it's right there.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
right in the
all right.
index.
Cardamom. right there.
They're in the back.
Go right to the end.
Right.
The flavor is very
glossary in the
cardamom.
back.
Yeah.
Flavor tasting notes. Oh, there's a whole panel. Yeah.
Speaking of the cardamom,
I kind of disagree though, Josh. I don't think this is proof positive. To me, it tastes like a little bit negative
Yeah.
as far as the proof point.
maybe it just hit me hard right away. I think you're
Okay.
right.
Yeah, it just seems it's enjoyable.
If I got hit in the lips on Friday with a hot piece of stainless slag and I burnt myself in my mouth. So other than that, it doesn't feel proof positive.
Okay.
You're right. I think I just got a wrong pipe initially. I was like, oh, this is hot.
Okay.
But no, I agree. Proof neg or
Yeah, it's-
neutral.
I thought it was pretty hot.
Okay.
I thought it kicked up to a decent level and the heat stayed high for a little while.
Let's put some notes on here, see if we're accurate or not. 1, proof negative.
I'm Newt.
Okay. I think it's tasty.
Yeah.
Really tasty.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm hoping that this is the worst one, honestly. Because then everything is going to be really, really good, and it'll be a good matchup.
Are we going number 2 now?
Yeah, we're in number
Yeah. Yep. I gave it a nose.
two. Justin, what'd you think of number 1?
I thought number 1 or number 2.
Number 1.
Either one.
Number 1. Well, we're on number 2, so I guess
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit stronger. It didn't last as long as number 1.
As number 1 last time?
Yeah, I thought number 1 lasted. This
Oh,
time.
number 2 didn't last as
Yeah.
long. Oh, okay, gotcha.
But it was still a good drink. I don't really have too many complaints about it, other than it is different than 1.
Yeah, they are different.
Okay.
However, I think they have the same similar like sweetness notes on them.
I'm actually at number 2. I'm getting a little bit more of that maltness,
Okay.
like a little bit of that like Scotchy malt kind of vibe to it.
Like a Jameson then.
Yes, it quite possibly could be.
No, like that. Remember, I read that the Pinhook single malt that I
Yes.
brought over. It's kind of like not as heavy that way, but like something with a higher malt in the mash bill, possibly.
I do agree with you. Yeah, it is coming across that way. Yeah, these are tasty.
They're very close to each other.
Especially in small.
I was thinking they are.
I might go on a limb and say that they might even be related.
Ooh, because you brought Jack and I brought Jack.
Right.
Yeah.
The viewers are all like, "What?" Or is that just me?
That's just you.
I think it's
That's
true.
most of the time, though.
That's
you know?
true.
I throw words at you. He throws segues. It's a whole thing.
I mean, yeah, it's a very difficult decision. Justin, do you have one pick?
Man,
I do.
that
Ooh,
maltiness
that's
comes
awesome.
together so hard if you get a little bit in your mouth and really aerate it on number 2, like hard. Not like malt and malt ball, but yeah, they kind of similar fray, but number 2's got a lot more of that malt.
What I'm trying to decide what I'm getting off of one because I went back to it.
It's like a thing.
It is, and I can't pinpoint it. It's frustrating.
Is it Maraspan?
We don't know what that is.
I have also picked
No,
one.
it's like an almond paste, sugary almond paste.
Yeah, Maraspan.
Yeah.
Like orgeat.
Yep. Yeah, I do have one picked as well.
You picked number 1?
No,
Oh.
And he
I
has
have
option
an
picked up.
option picked.
Oh, gotcha.
He has made a decision.
I have made a decision.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you made the decision for Christ? You ever seen that movie?
No, I haven't.
Great
No.
movie. You guys got it. Glenn Ross.
It's going to be on the
Great.
Dad podcast next week if you
Sure.
guys want to tune in.
the best.
But are you guys
montage
gonna
movies,
sing the
best
songs in
movies
the-
to pull a montage from?
You gonna sing the songs in the karaoke podcast that follows?
Yes, yeah. Just the theme songs
Oh,
though,
yeah.
from what we talked about.
Yeah, 100%.
So they're all 3 related, but they're all
So
different.
I officiated Dave's wedding.
Okay.
That's true.
He sang his vows.
I did.
Wow.
I did. It was a terrible, terrible decision, by the way. If any of you are wondering if that's going to be a cute thing to do, it's not.
Was
It's
it
gonna be a mess.
the Barney theme song?
No, I
No?
wrote this. I
Oh.
wrote it.
Do you still remember it? Can you
no, I
recite
couldn't-
any of it?
No.
He's like, I'm not doing that. Even if I.
Well, you know what?
I thought it was pretty cool.
Here's the most messed up thing. I kid you not, I practiced for 6 months.
Sure.
So my dad used to be a singer, band. He's been a music guy forever. Been terrible at. I'm never good at singing. And so I took lessons for singing. I practiced it. I wrote the song for like 6 months leading up to the wedding. And then we get to the wedding day. And you know what you don't think about?
The pressure.
Is the emotions.
Sure. Oh, that too.
Yeah.
It wasn't the pressure. I was like emotional.
Yeah.
Just emotional. These are my vows. This is the love of my life. We're getting married. This is the best day of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm just bombing it.
Well, every time you
100%.
practiced it, you did not put yourself in the position.
No,
Right,
I didn't. I just focused on the song.
Sure,
I
yeah.
focused on it. Everything was out. It was terrible. I was like breaking up. I was like half crying through the whole song. You can ask Josh. He was.
But that's powerful, though.
He was this far away from me
Sure.
when I did it.
Yeah.
I also never practiced with Josh in my face either. So
Sure.
maybe
Those
that's-
eyes really
He's got
make
those-
it tricky.
He's got those puppy dog eyes.
Oh yeah.
Well, he did say it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. I didn't.
Yeah, thank
Everyone
you.
there was like,
Thank
"Hey,
you.
like never seen this before. This is pretty cool."
Yeah.
Like here's a dude going out and saying like, I really like my wife."
Yeah, for sure.
His ex-girlfriend.
What are the,
My
what are the
ex-girlfriend.
odds?
Well, it's my ex-girlfriend. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, you know what it makes me think of when you talk about singing your vows?
Bourbon?
What do you think about these 2 bourbons?
Why don't you go ahead and start?
You know what?
Justin's over there. He's like, "What am I doing?"
What are we doing?
I'm along for the ride.
So are the viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, you guys.
We're in this together.
So I think number 2. I like number 2 more than number 1. Number 1 got a bit hotter faster. It stayed higher longer. It for me was had a little bit more harshness to it on the end than than I would have loved to end with. So I would with number 2. It was a little more mild, a little more mellow. Still up there though.
Yeah.
In heat, just not quite as much. And I thought it was a little more pleasant.
Perfect. Anybody?
Ready to go?
Go.
Rock, paper.
I also picked 2. They are both top notch. So before even moving on, I think if you would have given me one and I would have said, "Hey, this is phenomenal. This is a great bourbon by itself." 2 is just a slight step above. I thought it was a little bit more,
That's
a little more character to it.
sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Do you have more to say?
Yep.
Okay. I'm sorry because I just realized what it was. I actually went back to it and tasted it. Now I'm getting like a peanut butter off of it, and I'm like, what is that note that I'm getting on it? And I think it's like a peanut butter.
Yeah, this is a peanut butter whiskey, right? Screwball.
Is that what one of you brought?
No, we brought Jack Daniels and Jameson. White Label Beam, that might be in there somewhere.
But it doesn't matter because I am going with 2 as well. I was thankful that I finally figured it out what the taste was that I was getting on
You should have
one.
called that on number 1.
Yeah, so I just called that on 1.
Peanut
But
butter.
I do like 2 better, so I'm going with 2 as well.
Justin?
I'm gonna take number 1. Basically for all of the reasons, the exact opposite reasons of why Dave didn't like it. I liked it for all of those things.
So we're opposites, is what
We're
you're
opposites.
saying. You want to fight?
Or we could,
Shirts off.
No, I
fellas.
don't want to
Like,
die. I don't
like,
want to die today. You would probably kill me immediately.
I mean, you work out. Like I would get tired and probably.
Yeah, but you're a
2
trained
minutes.
killer. You've been shot at before. I've never been shot at before.
I've never done hand
Yeah, in the Marines, not just like in the streets of Detroit.
Yeah, like okay, I
sometimes
rest.
the
Oh,
streets
all
of
right,
Detroit
cool.
are
So
probably a
Justin,
lot harder than-
It should be
Sure.
mentioned.
So I lift weights and I wrestled in high school.
Yeah, so I didn't wrestle.
Okay, so I wrestled 14-year-old boys
when he was
As a grown
14.
man?
when I was a
Oh, thank
14-year-old.
Oh boy, do we need to talk to somebody?
When I was a kid, I wrestled 14-year-olds and
I don't know
15-year-olds.
if that's something you just want
And
to
then
admit
you
to
were,
the
and then
public.
you went to war, and you
I just saw
been trained to kill
I
people.
saw
So
a highlight
I don't
from
need to
a
die today.
local newspaper that said local podcasters arrested for pedophilia wrestled with 14-year-old boys.
You know what?
This really is going off the
Yeah.
rails.
So bourbon.
I'm gonna go with number 1. I thought I kind of like that black tea kind of note I was getting off of it, and the cardamom.
Here's the 2.
Here's the 2.
We're moving over to 3.
It's got more of a honey kind of color than the straw that we've been kind of seeing, or amber.
Yeah.
Definitely a little darker.
Darkerish, is that the technical term?
Darker. I believe it's
Well, I was a little darker than 1 and 2.
darkerish.
Yeah. It's got a nice nose.
Great nose.
This one's proof positive.
I'm almost getting like a fruity sense
Yeah.
to that. You
Almost
taste
like
that?
it's like the nose, anyways. I'm getting almost like a wild strawberry.
Interesting.
Very,
Yeah.
very fruity. Wow. You know, I've not done many bourbon tastings in this setting before, like blind like this. And it really, I don't know, maybe it's kind of making me try to think more and really take in the flavor
Yeah.
and
It's really
experience it
It's
on a
really
different
fun doing a double blind like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's like even knowing like what I brought, I have no idea what any of this stuff is, but it's changes your experience because you're focused more on the flavors and the colors and the smells, less on the branding and the pedigree of what you're tasting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And I can understand you two having like a bias over it because, I mean, you're both looking to kick each other's ass in the tasting.
I just want to have something make it so I don't get double eliminated right away.
Sure.
It'd be cool. That's it. Just like most sports seasons, just don't be embarrassed.
Sure.
You know, that's all I ever
Yeah.
ask for.
Put up a good fight.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Like
I
both
probably
of you.
won't, right? Like,
It'll be fine. Either way, we'll catch you.
Yeah, fruity is the biggest thing I'm pulling. Like,
All right, is it?
and It's not.
I'm
agree.
getting a lot of viscosity on it in a way, and also just the reason I said I think it was proof positive because I am getting that like sudden wash of like heat on the lips and the tongue, but then it's really fruity and almost just I don't know that viscosity really covers and creates a pleasant experience.
yeah.
You can even see nice lip tongue or
Legs.
yes.
Got good legs.
Yes. I was just commenting on whoever just sucked their teeth.
Sorry. I'm not actually used to anyone being able to hear me. It's kind of weird.
Well, you got to remember.
That is a great sound now, though.
Everywhere you turn, it goes with you.
Yeah, well,
Right.
that helps because I do like look.
Right.
Because I'm tired of like
Yeah.
robot. I'm just usually trying to
Yeah.
just be like, hey, I was
Well, everybody's kind of right here.
Yeah.
Next, you got to get a dedicated table. It's got the little spring thing, so we could actually.
Oh no, yeah. When he gets when the bar's
I
downstairs.
can't hear you. You're away from
Yeah,
your
exactly. That's what I'm saying. We need it. So my wife
Yeah.
is. I think she's immediately trying to talk us into getting rid of the bourbon drinking chairs that we just bought. They're fantastic.
Bourbon drinking chairs.
Oh yeah. They're meant to be.
How does that work?
Well, you sit in them and you drink bourbon.
But are they like leather, all leather or
Oh,
something?
yeah. Oh, they're beautiful.
Like
So we-
cigar
we-
chairs almost too.
Oh, for sure. I would
Okay.
definitely describe them as that. I don't think you even saw them. Were they at the house?
Why are you getting rid of them?
Right.
Because she wants a different style one that spins and is fabric and light colored, apparently, for our 2-year-old and our 4-year-old to
draw
make a
on?
complete mess of.
Yeah.
So
she wants to see the
that.
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
wants
gotcha.
that. But I love you if you watch this. And but yeah, no, they're all leather. They're like that brown chocolate almost color. They're that perfect setup for just sitting back and sipping on some whiskey. So she might want to get rid of them. And if you want them,
Are they in decent shape?
We bought them like a month and a half ago.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, they're in brand new shape.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Because when I'm doing the basement, that might be something that we.
I'll let Josh know if
Okay.
she wants to get rid of them. I'll see if you're interested in buying.
Please, thank you. I appreciate it. So you are witnessing the transaction.
Yeah. Speaking of transactions, what do you think number 4?
I didn't get to that yet.
Oh, were we on number 4?
We are. Yeah.
now.
4 is proof pause for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Probably, I'd say, most likely.
That would even stepped up more. Yeah, you're right.
I feel like I'm getting some of those like caramel chocolate notes that you're getting off of that last hard truth stuff. That was like the cocoa or caramel.
That mash bill or
Yeah.
that malted. Yeah. That's interesting.
Positive.
The smell I thought was like a complete opposite of number 3. Like just came on really strong and kind of
That was
hit you right in the nose.
that one hit hard on the tongue.
For
That one
sure.
that one really brought it. That was like a firework.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're
know what
saving
I
me
mean?
for last?
Yeah,
Here's why.
Because I'm the grand finale. Yeah, I'm gonna bring the heat. Yeah, I'm the
right.
grand finale.
I know, like classically, I always tend to say like proof is king when it comes to a lot of that kind of stuff.
Is one of the ones you brought high proof?
No.
Oh, wow.
I
It's
was
one of the
thinking about bringing some high proof, but the high proof I had was like really high proof. And I didn't want to, because we've had that problem before where we've brought some really high proof stuff in, and it's like, ooh, it needs ice, right? So like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is, I mean, it's high proof, but
so you-
really
did
still
you
that
bring
80
high
proof,
proof?
right? For like that Jameson.
It's that Basil Hayden, I think pumpernickel. I think that's what it is.
You know, on the Basil Hayden, I can't, it's very difficult for me to go back to Basil Hayden just
It's
after
so
doing
hard.
this.
Yeah.
I would
It's a
agree.
great- it's a great intro whiskey.
Why?
All Basil Hayden's 80 proof.
80 proof. It's a little bland.
So it's, okay.
Well, also, we're on episode number 46, and we've been tasting a lot of high proof stuff, and we're really kind of getting spoiled with all the different options
Very
that we're
spoiled.
tasting. So when you have something like a Basil Hayden, which we all believe it's a great intro option because of the low proof, but it still gives you a little bit of a Jim Beam, trademark spice to it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a great option to kind of sip on and not get burnt out with. However, when you are spoiled like we are getting, to go back to it is like, oh, I've had water before,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, when you get used to drinking a lot of stuff that are like 114 plus proof, 110 plus proof stuff, and then you go drop down to 80, it's like, where's any of the bite that you are
Any of the
accustomed
spice,
to?
any
Yeah,
of the,
right.
the pepper that you.
Because all getting down to 80 proof is just watering it down.
so Josh, you came here with another friend. His name is Matt,
I did.
and he's in the side kind of dancing right now. I would ask that he get behind us and do those dances and get on camera.
Matt,
Go to the other room, come
Dance.
over and dance.
Interpretively.
Wow, look at him go.
Yeah,
Yeah, come around that way.
Yeah,
Come around that way.
Man, if you could dance for us.
go
that'd be
around
great.
the other way.
Other way. Go around the other.
He's like, let him go the way that he wants. He can't come this
He
way.
can't
Why
come this way.
There's
Unless
no
he's
room.
Superman.
No, you're not allowed.
well,
No,
there's a
just
flower
Go
over there.
around. Oh.
So let me know when he's back there, and we'll introduce him.
Yeah, he's actually doing the tasting with us and everything. He's in the other room doing it. There's just not enough microphones for
Welcome,
everybody
Matt.
to be on there.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, buddy.
How have the tastings been going for you? I'm sorry we don't have enough microphones and stuff for you and headphones, but you've been kind of experiencing this with us. Have you been enjoying it?
It's been a fantastic experience. I have no dance moves whatsoever.
You were just
You're just dancing your way up.
Your moves were on point.
Yeah, you were doing a great job. You had like the sprinkler and the Superman.
But I did take offense to the Basil Hayden's comment.
Oh, okay.
Well, hop on a mic so we can hear you.
Get over here, buddy.
I would just say I love Basil Hayden's because it's a cheap option at the bar. And it's cheap, it's great, and it tastes smooth, and you can just get into so many different levels, reliable, and you know what you're going to get 110% of the time. There's too many whiskeys, bourbons out there that you're going to pay a ton of money for, and you won't get that reward for, and so you're kind of like priced out. So Basil Hayden's kind of good entry-level bar, or like bourbon that you said that you got in there.
Yeah.
You can pay not a lot of money for at the bar, and you can be just as happy as Buffalo Trace or Eagle Rare or A.H. Taylor, one of those things.
I agree, and to that point, you're right. They do have like so many different options to get. They've got like 5 different kinds of ryes. They've got the toasted. They got the subtle smoke. I mean, the 2 10-years. They have a 10-year rye. They've got 10-year just straight bourbon. They do. I mean, if you are looking for a particular type of taste, they do give you that selection. So you are right with that.
There are a ton of options for bourbons and whiskeys. Find your niche, your affordability, and kind of go from there. Not everyone has the money for a ton of like the most expensive bourbons, but some of the cheaper bourbons will get you into it, and if you find it, you'll be good to go.
Yeah, I'm right there with that, too.
Well said.
Yeah, not everyone can go out and just get like a handy or, like a double Eagle Rare or something like that.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Where did we just go with this?
Hey, Tom is handy, not a handy.
That's fair.
Thank you, Thomas H. Handy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when you said handy, we all thought hand job.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't have to say
Good
it
for
again,
you.
Josh. Way to bring it back up a second time. So I'm gonna 100% agree with Matt here. That was really great. Well,
Justin, how you doing on the ride over there?
I still say my solid go-to
still
favorite,
on
one of
it.
my solid go-to favorites. Not a super expensive. Just Willet. They're I love them. A bottle is about $60.
Yeah.
And it's a win every time.
Yeah.
You like
know
their
what I mean?
pot still, right?
Yeah.
You're a big fan of the pot still.
Yeah.
And that was the first distillery that we went to in Kentucky. So
No, we actually Jack Daniels was the first distillery we went to.
Jim Beam.
Sorry, Jim Beam. I apologize.
Well, one's
I can easily see how they can get mixed
Yeah.
with Coke.
Yeah.
Speaking
Sorry.
of,
That's a segue.
Speaking of Coke,
And then bourbon.
yep. Does anyone have something they're like favoring on this one at all, or?
I'll jump in. We've had some good bourbons today and some good rye whiskeys, and I'm in the mood for heat. So first of all, I had 3, and I'm like, this has some extra heat. And then 4 steps in and says, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'm heat.
You call that heat?
Yeah, exactly.
You
It's
call
like
that
it
heat?
stepped on it and
No.
said, no, I am. So
Yeah.
then I went back to 3, and it did fall short of the heat of 4. So I'm going to 4 just for the heat.
Just because you like it spicy.
Yes,
Yeah, that makes sense. I could see you're a spicy guy.
I am a spicy guy.
I'm
Muy
going to go
caliente.
3 on that one. I was kind of like have we been tasting today, and I would want something a little bit smoother right now, just because of other extracurricular activities. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
but 3 would be my choice.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And I love that you jumped in if you disagree with what you heard. So now someone can obviously tie break these.
I like 4. I like the proof on it. I really like the color on it's very honey amber, and I do get a lot of that like honey kind of caramely notes on the flavor palette on that one. So
Yeah, I could definitely see those flavors on the 4. I'm gonna go 3 though. I like the 3. That the way it. it like turned a corner. You know what I mean? You know, it hit your palate. 4 also started off very dry to me.
Okay.
So it almost like it hit my tongue, dried it out, and then punched me. I said the firework for number 3 before, and I was like, no, you're right. Number 4 is the big.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, sorry, we said 4 before. So it was that grand finale that really freaking kicked up a notch, but it dried out first.
Sure.
And I don't think I liked that as much about it. And then this one left my mouth watering. So number 3 left my mouth watering from that fruity, real curveball. It started subtle and whoa, totally different kind of a turn.
Perfect.
So tiebreaker.
This makes it a great situation,
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah.
Josh will decide what is going to win on this side.
Both very good. I'll just essentially defer to Todd. Exact same thing. 3's good. 4 stepped it up a little stronger. And with the heat,
Very hot.
it was actually just really top notch. And then so
Yeah.
I picked 4.
Nice.
All right, here's the 4.
All right, bring them out. 1 and 3.
1 and 3, please.
Ding.
So we'll discuss what 1
All right.
is.
Yeah, we'll let Adam introduce both of his.
Thank you. Oh, hey, there's one of them right there.
Why don't you talk about? Oh man.
So number 1 that got bounced right away is the Wild Turkey Private Select Single Barrel. It's an 8-year. It's the one picked for the Visitor Center by Jim Russell itself. You know, the guy that makes Russell's 10. So this is one of the ones that he picked for there from the distillery only. So my friends, one of my friends, his parents were there. We were working and they were at the distillery and they're like, oh, there's this bottle that they put a case out and everyone grabbed a bunch. Should we grab you one? We're like, yeah. So like they picked me up the bottle and brought it back for me. So I wanted to share them with you guys. So that's one of the ones I brought.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
I like
That's
that.
awesome.
Thank you,
I
man.
appreciate the same.
I enjoyed it too, and
And none of these sucked.
no.
Like they weren't bad.
And it's funny, you always say that Wild Turkey is known for their like nutty flavors.
And I know you like
and I
nutty
do.
whiskey, which is why I brought
yeah,
it as well. Because
And
I was
when
trying to play my crowd.
Maybe
and when
he
I
doesn't know
finally
himself
went
as
back
well
to
as he
it,
thought.
I went back to it and I did actually mention like a
Yep.
peanut butter
Yep.
taste. And then I just ignored it and went to 2.
I said that's not true.
Yeah.
But it's delicious. It
Yeah, no,
is.
it's good.
Yeah, I haven't had Wild Turkey a ton, but it's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like-
one of their top ones. I
Yeah,
think.
I mean, it didn't win its bracket, but it's still a good whiskey.
Absolutely.
We have that a lot.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah, this whole process makes us realize we're like getting rid of some very tasty options,
Yeah.
which is difficult, but
Like you said, you don't know the pedigree,
right.
right? And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, pedigree. Like, you know.
Right. And not only that, we're taking the majority
Yeah.
of what the vote is. So,
Correct.
you know, you two said that one should have gone
Yeah.
forward. Where, you know, it's a fair process. So
Now for the better one.
now,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
this one was true.
Well, Adam, would you like to introduce your next one?
Can you pull it, please? And then I'll go
Oh, I
through.
already know what it
Teamwork
is.
makes the dream work.
He already knows what it is.
Yeah, that's my other one right there. So that's the 1792 single barrel. I picked it up. I like their small batch.
Is that why you wanted to taste mine before we
I
started?
didn't taste yours. I tasted the bottled and bond, not the single barrel. Because
Oh.
each single barrel should be different.
True.
So yeah, I haven't had this one. I've had the small batch before. I've enjoyed it a lot, and I wanted to bring it because I also kind of made the conscious decision to not bring anything super proofy.
Sure.
Because I didn't want to get something super zesty. Because my other choices were like Elijah Craig barrel proof, Old Forester single barrel proof stuff, and like those are really heavy. So I wanted to bring something that was a little bit more drinkable. Like not drinkable, but a little bit more easier on the palate. Trying to get something in that way. I don't regret bringing either one of these. I think
No.
they're both very good.
And I thought it was proof positive. I think, if I
You did.
remember right, that's a 98.
Yeah. Yeah, 98.6.
Wow.
And the other one's exactly 101. So
Awesome.
Wonderful options. Thank you, Adam, so much for bringing those. I guess with that being said, Josh is going to take this episode, but we are going to find out which one of
Yeah,
Josh's
okay.
is going to take the title. So is it Jameson or is it Jack Daniels?
I know.
So we're going to find out
after this.
after this. So we're going to taste 2 and 4. back again to find out which one of those is going to win.
Adam, I don't know if you know this, but I'm fairly competitive,
That's fine.
so I kind of ensured that I won,
That's cool.
and you'll see in a little bit why.
Well, I'm just saying I voted for number 3 over your number 4. So
Yeah, but you don't know what you're talking about. You're a newbie.
I'm wondering if 4 is going to be a Booker's then.
Right.
I'm just curious.
the appropriate.
I didn't want to bust out the little book or anything super crazy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I was trying to make them findable. They're good.
You brought out a great couple options there.
The only thing good is I can bring these home now and drink them as much as I want.
That's
There you
true.
go. Winning.
That is true.
In a serious note, like being serious, the two that I have
You haven't
are
been serious this whole time?
are unfindable.
Oh, so you cheated.
I did cheat.
You know, 2, it's bringing back some of those nutty flavors again, like 1 had,
Yeah.
which I like.
I tasted 2 a bunch over Christmas with my. I know what they are. Like I tasted 2 with like over Christmas, and I was like, oh, like this is
Really
really
good.
really good. And number 4 I haven't had yet, so that's.
Until
number
now.
4 was the one that you didn't have.
I've never tried it till today.
Okay.
In my life, yeah.
Oh. That's interesting. We will find out what they are. This is exciting.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, dude, they're very good. Both of these are very, very tasty.
Yeah, you guys definitely stepped up to the challenge. You guys put your gloves on and you guys decided,
Well, I think next time we do one of these, I'm definitely going to throw down on this one. Embarrass my ass with. I bring findable whiskey.
Yeah, findable. Never actually tried.
Nothing's
before
more
whiskey.
than $60 on this table right now.
that's true.
Like,
Yeah.
Hey, one of my bottles was $40.
Okay.
Was it the one you'd never had?
It is not the one that I've
Oh.
never had.
is it $40
So it's number
$40
2.
secondhand market or MSRP?
MSRP.
Oh, nice.
What I purchased.
Okay.
Both of them I was able to get at MSRP. I will say the allocated stuff, it's getting a lot easier to find.
It is.
And I read an article that the amount of people buying bourbon has gone down a little bit.
I'm actually excited about that
Me too.
because some of these prices were getting a little out of hand.
Yeah.
I agree. And I mean, obviously, we're making a podcast. We want viewers. We want people to be interested in what we're interested in. So we don't want like the interest to go down. However, it'd be
Yeah.
nice to be able to get some of these options that are exciting
Yeah,
a little more easy, you know, or a little more easier.
obtainable.
Obtainable, yeah.
Well, if any of you know anybody out there that is interested in something like that, let us know.
Ooh, breaking the fourth wall in his second episode. I like
Right?
it.
I know.
Let Todd know. You got to let him know. I don't know
Yeah.
where they got to send that information, but
Yeah.
Yep.
Leave in the comments. We'll talk about it.
for sure.
Exactly.
Just
So,
like anything on a shirt or something. If you want your logo there, just let us know.
Right. I make shirts, so I could I got you hooked up. So speaking of shirts, I think I know which one I'm going to vote for.
Sounds good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I do too.
I think I know mine as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead.
Do we
and
want to say dad jokes first or no?
Oh yeah. I don't want to break that. Oh,
100%.
God,
Where is the dad joke?
it's
book?
under
Under
your
you.
hand.
Underneath your hand.
Yo, I'm
Right
hiding
there.
it.
Right
Yeah.
there. You're hiding.
All right, this time we'll start with Justin and then end with
All right,
with me
get easy one right after that.
because everybody loves dad jokes,
Here we
right?
go. How is golf like taxes?
How is golf
Justin,
like
you got to get a little
taxes?
closer.
Yeah. How is golf like taxes?
You only 3 stroke. Nah, I got nothing. What?
You drive hard to get to the green, and then you wind up in the hole.
Or the water.
Nice.
Or
So
the
green
sand.
meaning cash and
Yeah.
the hole is debt. Okay. Love it.
Not the best dad joke I've ever heard.
No.
I'm gonna be honest, but it's a dad joke. Now,
is.
they got to make a book out of it. There's
They
got to
do.
be enough.
They do.
Yeah.
What did the cat say to the other cat when he jumped out to scare him?
Meow.
Stop that! You're freaking me out.
That actually worked with your preference or initial comment and then how he reacted. Stop that! You're freaking me out because he was freaking me out too.
Yeah. I actually thought you were down. Stop.
Yeah, no,
Right.
that's the actual punchline. I know it's freaking me out.
Winning. I'm gonna go.
Because we're dads in the secondary podcast.
Yeah,
You get
we're professionals, you guys. Multiple kids. It's fine. All right. So
A herd, if you would say.
I dream. Are those two different ones?
That's a funny one.
I drink. Are those two different things? Good dad joke.
You rocked it.
Thank you. All right. So I dreamed about drowning in an ocean of orange soda last night. It took me a while to realize it was just a fantasy.
Fanta. Fanta.
Don't you wanta? Don't you wanta?
Wanta, Fanta.
Fanta.
Don't
Were you on the high seas?
you wanta? I always.
Yeah.
When you weren't. The daddest of us all.
Yes.
Why
That's why I say that a lot.
Because you have the
as a
youngest
dad.
child.
I
did the
have.
detective stay in bed all day?
Why?
He was working undercover.
Nice. Okay.
All right, Ellsworth, let's do
All
it.
right,
we go.
The best for the best for
Yeah,
last.
we'll hope.
Here we go.
Okay, two guys were sitting under a tree, watching the sun go down. One says, I'm 84, and my body is full of aches and pains. You're about my age. How do you feel? The other guy says, I feel like a newborn baby. Really? Asked the first guy. Yep. Says the second one, no teeth, no hair, and I think I just wet my pants. How fitting that we end with a dad joke that kind of is similar to the previous episode first joke.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
it sounded very familiar.
Yes, it did.
Very good.
There you go.
Now we can decide which one is going to move on, two
So
or four.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I love fireworks, but man, that was a punch in the mouth. Number 4 is a big punch in the mouth. Real high kick, real hard kick. And like I said, I still got that dried out sensation after trying it up against number 2 here. And so I'm going to go with number 2. I really love the way it came in light, made a total turn that you didn't see coming. Very fruity, very flavorful. And then I didn't get that dry. I just felt like, mouth watering. This is good. This is good.
All right, I'll go. I love number 2. Love it. It is phenomenal, top notch.
Is this the $40 one you were recommending? You said
I don't know for sure.
that's your guess. That's your guess. You don't know your own bourbon that you handpicked out well enough.
because I haven't
So
tried
when-
one of them. But I would say that this is it's great. And then that said, 4 is just for whatever reason a step above.
Oh, look at him go!
Yeah.
So
Chef's going to cook.
I'm a fan of those higher proof, full body. I would say full body, but just higher proof experiences. That's exquisite. I'd say very, very, very good.
So what number did you pick?
Numero 4.
So it's 2 and 4 so far.
Okay.
I can skip me, jump over to you.
I'm gonna go with number 2. I like 2. It was smooth. I don't want to be punched in the face right now.
Yeah,
I'm the exact opposite of that. Like 2, just it,
I
it was
agree.
a nice
I never
smooth
want to be
taste.
punched in the face.
Sometimes, though, to wake up, just a good.
Like
Gets you there.
a cold slap. That was a little bit
Not a
more
warm. Not a
beneficial.
warm. Not a warm.
Not a
And this-
warm slap.
Number
not a
and number
cold
2
slap.
is not a cold slap. Number 2 is phenomenal. It's really good. But number 4, it's gonna punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to do number 4. I always say it all the time, proof is king. It's the closest thing that you're going to get to what the distiller put his effort into making. So
I don't know if that's true.
It is. It's like
Do
that's
you really think that?
It is.
You don't. But why would they make 80 then?
because they get more product out of a barrel.
So isn't.
So
yeah.
it's the closest they can get to get as much product out of the barrel as they can.
You get more profit with the 80 than any other proof.
Right.
Well, I'm not saying you don't.
No, but you asked why
then
would you
what-
do it, and that's
so
why
why
you
do-
do it.
That's the primary reason why.
Yeah.
Another reason why that they do it is like
Some people don't like to be punched in the
Approachability.
mouth that
Right.
much.
Yeah.
That-
Approachability.
Some people also don't like to be punched in the mouth that
You're right,
much. You
and
know
that's
what I'm
why they
saying? Yeah,
have
it's-
proofs that are all up and down the board.
Yeah.
No, I always just feel like a lot of times, like when you get it and like when the master blender distiller is pulling from a whiskey thief out of the barrel and they're tasting it to figure out what they want to put in a bottle, this is the closest to what they're tasting that I'm going to get. So this is what they're picking.
Yeah, but what if they
For
tasted it and they were like,
Then they went to.
that's fucking too much.
They would
I
have.
gotta do
They would
more
have
with-
left it.
Yeah.
They would've
If
left
they
it.
said it's too much, if they didn't like it themselves, if they thought it was too far,
Yeah,
that's
why
not what they were going for.
That's why some scotches are 30, 40 years old because it's not good enough yet.
Yeah, they keep it in there. So I guess I'm the tiebreaker. I was really upset when I saw that one came out and it ended up being that.
Why is that?
He's soft.
No, I really like the wild turkey private selection. Like I'm a big fan of the wild turkey stuff. It almost reminds me of the rare breed.
Yeah.
You know, that's really delicious stuff because I like the nutty stuff. And then going back to 2, I'm like, oh, that's nutty too. Like thankfully, I think I did make the right choice because it's really delicious as well. Then going back to 4, Dave, you kind of mentioned that it had this drying effect. I got into wine before kind of getting into bourbon. And when I first had red wines, I'm like, man, I don't like it. It's too drying. It's too, tannin. It's too tannic, so it was never inviting to me. But then eventually I got into the red wines. I started preferring the red wines just for the nuanced different notes that it provides you. Even though, yes, it's drying to those that aren't used to it, you get used to it and then you start enjoying it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That makes sense.
So then having 4 and 2 now go against each other, it's a great representation. Josh, you did a great job bringing both of these options in.
Like I said, I win.
You did win.
You know what? I actually think I like 3 the most out of all of it, though, Josh.
Yeah.
So
But to be the tiebreaker, I'm going to actually pick 4, and I'm going to pick 4 to take the win. So here's to 4.
Number 4.
I am almost out of bourbon.
Well, we can get some in here. So we're going to actually...
You can have all of mine.
I will take 4.
Okay.
Okay, so we're back with both of the bottles. I think because Josh had the honor of winning this episode, he will talk about both of them. And so the first one that passed, or the runner-up, I should say,
If
was...
he pulls another Billy out of there, I'm going to lose it.
So, Josh, go ahead and explain.
So actually, Adam, did you buy this too? Do you have this?
No, I don't have that one.
So our local
hold it up more. That's in the bags right in front of it.
our local liquor store sent a text. I didn't even know what I was buying. I just bought it because I love the Four Roses single barrel. So this is a recipe OESK, and I don't have the research in front of me, but I believe this was someone's specific blend for the Four Roses single barrel by a specific distiller. But just this was, I love the Four Roses single barrel, but this one actually I thought was even a little bit better than their single barrel. I don't know if you know anything more about
Yeah,
What's
so
the proof point on that one?
it. So proof point is, so it's 100 proof.
Yeah.
Barrel 26, 3F, baking spice, mellow oak tea leaves. What's that word, the C word you used?
Cardamom?
Did you taste that in this?
No, I had it on that one.
Okay, cool.
Caramel.
And caramel. Go ahead, Todd. I felt like you were about to say something.
Yeah, so Four Roses, they have their recipes, and it's about their yeast strain. So it's really their yeast strain is represented by their 4 different letters, and so they mix and match their different yeast strains. So they have like OBSK, they have OBSF, OESO, and all these different things that if you're just like off the street, like what the heck are these saying? But most of the time they have like a little note thing on the neck where you can open it up and read it, and it'll say what the different yeast strains are known for. Sometimes it's fruity, sometimes it's high spice, sometimes medium body, sometimes full body. And so you're kind of at the mercy of whatever that yeast strain is for what you're going to get. But this was delicious. And
I'm like actually super excited because it's a Four Roses single barrel versus a Wild Turkey single barrel. So that actually turned out great.
it did turn out
I mean,
great.
I suck at picking bourbon. I
No,
guess,
you had good options.
but they're
So 40,
like that's
42
like
bucks.
yeah. I think that this one was more, but what it's
I
the
thought
same. Like they're the same.
But
You know what
yeah,
I mean? Same.
Both of them are hard to find. Like
Yeah.
this one is hard to find now. Meaning this one for you listeners, I'm talking about the Four Roses. The Four Roses is hard to find, but also the Wild Turkey Private Selection is hard to
Yeah.
find. So especially that single barrel at 101 proof. So
Well, I definitely liked it. I poured another glass.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey, Adam, I'd love to have you pull out the...
Why?
Adam,
Why?
Adam, can you pull out?
Yeah. No, I never do.
Adam.
So this is the winner. If you want to describe it a little
Dad
bit.
jokes.
Oh,
Thank
Jesus.
God. Yep. I knew it.
You know what, though? I give mad props to 1972 single barrel for actually doing okay against this one. It is a stag. 127.8 proof.
I think it's 1792, not 1972.
1792.
We're not talking about my birth year.
17? You're born
1972.
Okay, well, yeah, you didn't pull any punches on this one.
No, he didn't.
This one's very good.
Yeah, and now it gets to move on. And you know what it's going to go
We get
against?
to try it again.
You know what it's going to go against this month?
Oh,
rip.
yes, Rip.
This
Happy
is actually
10.
going to go against an old Rip Van
no,
Winkle.
it's gonna be
wait a
another
minute.
Buffalo Trace
So
episode.
is this something that you guys? So you
Yeah,
guys
do you want to describe it a little?
Yeah. Let's keep.
Well,
let's stay
describe
focused
the
on
bourbon.
it.
I think, and then Dave, you're even asking like, hey, what happens after these episodes?
Yeah. So you were just mentioning that it's going to go up against something else. What does that mean?
Yeah. So let him finish by describing
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah, yeah.
what ended up winning.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the Stag, right? It's a release from Buffalo Trace. It's 127.8 proof. It's unfiltered. It's absolutely delicious.
It is.
Like we said, pedigree, right, and everything else. Definitely not pulling any punches, right? I don't even know where you find these because I haven't seen one in the wild.
Arizona.
Oh, see? Yeah, cool. I heard there's good stuff in Arizona.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what happens is after each week we get our weekly episode winner, and then it goes against the monthly episode winner, and then it's quarterlies, and then the 4 quarterlies will go against each other at the end of the year. Ironically, last month's monthly winner was the 10-year Pappy,
Okay.
so it'll be Pappy versus Stag.
Potentially. Because this has to go against
Right.
3 other episode
Right.
winners to see if it is going to be the monthly winner.
Right.
To potentially go against the old Rip Van Winkle as a quarterly winner.
Correct.
Which is exciting.
It is.
So my best friend who was in this episode just a little bit ago, text me, do you want steak?
Yes. The answer is always yes.
And then my
Don't ever ask. Just
my
get
response
it.
was yes.
yeah.
And then I was like, how much? And then I think he said 150. So that's how much he was down in Arizona, scanning, going to and he was able to pick up 2 stags, one for him, one for me, a couple E.H. Taylors. He actually got a couple single barrel bottles of Buffalo Trace even. So that was actually one of my gifts, the single barrel.
I've been wanting to try that one when I can remember it, because last time I tried it I was like very inebriated. So I'm glad I got to try it, and it's really good.
And we'll be able to try it again.
Yeah, and I don't know too much about the Stag, other than I've heard that there's different like batches, and this one says 24B. So we'll do a little bit of research and kind of show you what 24B means as far as a batch.
No.
But I've always wanted a Stag Junior, and it's a beautiful bottle. It's a beautiful taste. It's
Well,
a
this isn't even the
everything.
junior. This is just the stag.
No, every Stag like this is
The regular Stag
Junior.
is used to be Stag Junior,
Yeah.
and now it's Stag.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then
I think that's where I was a little confused when I was doing my research after getting this.
yeah,
Okay.
and then the other one is the Heritage Collection. Would
Right.
be
the antique collection, which is the George T. Stagg is its big brother basically, or father, however that goes.
I always thought it was more proofy than this one, but there's no way. 127 is like all the proof.
Right. I think there's more age though. I think.
Oh, older.
Yes.
Yeah. What does it say for an age on there?
That's a good question. I'll have to.
It's like 22 years old. Like, oh, yeah, that's
Unfiltered, barrel proof, 127.8 proof.
that's zesty.
That's zesty, yeah. And we picked that up. I'm not seeing an age statement, so it's got to be at least 4 years, which it probably is around 4 years. You know, they tend to do that. Like the Buffalo Trace products, a Buffalo Trace is a 4-year, and then they age it for 10 years and turn it into an Eagle Rare.
Sometimes too, I think on some of them they'll throw in some older stuff to round out the flavor. That's why it doesn't have an age statement.
Okay,
I don't know if that's true, but that's
Right.
just kind of how I feel sometimes.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's important how you feel.
No, Elijah Craig does that. So when they have a barrel proof, like their barrel proof, it's not a single barrel, it's a blend. So like sometimes their age statement on the bottle is the youngest thing they put in. So sometimes they'll put older stuff in, but they'll also have the younger stuff to kind of proofy wise and whatever. So like that's just how they blend it. But that's the only thing you have to advertise is your youngest.
So just after a little brief research, Stag Bourbon, formerly Stag Junior, is aged for approximately 8 to 9 years, though the exact aging process can vary slightly depending on the batch. It is known for high proof and bold flavor, which develops during the time in the barrel. Well, frickin' A, guys.
So 8 to
It
9.
really
certainly
good.
was. You didn't pull any punches, Josh, and
No.
I asked you to match up against Adam, and you came with it, and you took both of them out, and you kind of called it. Other than it's not Jameson or Jack Daniels.
Yeah, none of these are a Beam product or
No.
a Brown Foreman product.
Right.
Right.
Oops. Sorry, I messed up. I was a little confused when I started.
There's really no messing up when you guys are bringing these kind of quality options, and I'm very appreciative. I'm appreciative of every one of you coming out and joining me and making this a successful episode, or at least we hope. So,
Hey, it's just more work for.
Cheers.
exactly.
Till next time, cheers, right?
Cheers.
Till next time, exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in and watching or listening, and make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you next episode.
Right. We were in Nashville and we didn't know it, but we were like.
You didn't know you were in Nashville?
No. No, sorry.
Indiana?
No. We were,
You beat me to it. I had water in my mouth. I was going for that.
no, we were sorry.